Alright guys, here we're going to talk about Season 3, Episode 9 of The Twilight Zone.
Hello.
So what did you think about this episode of Twilight Zone?
I ended up being okay with this one. I find it super ironic that last time we did the kid wishing the little Timmy Jimmy Johnson wishing people to a cornfield, and I might have literally said, "Oh, it's so refreshing. Now we don't have one where it's like it's Khrushchev and it's history and the Nazi," and we literally have a Nazi themed episode. Which Nazis are kind of evergreen. It's like a topic you can always talk about, but I think it had a different impact in the 60s than it does today.
Yeah, that guy looked familiar. The main character, I feel like he was in a Twilight Zone before or something because he really he drew something.
He had a look about him.
So the main the plot line of this thing is an ex-German Nazi officer goes back to relive his glory days at a concentration camp in Poland, right?
Dachau. I don't know.
And you're like, all right, that's weird. He gets recognized by like the person at the inn, and he proceeds to get driven insane by ghosts of the Jews that he had killed. It just seems so weird. It's like, why would he come back? He fled to South America. He had his doctored papers, and he came back to where he could have
because he was that much of a monster that he had to wallow in it one more time.
I guess.
I have no idea why.
Can
we call out the actual representation of it when it just has him smiling and then it overlays a translucent him in the uniform saying like, "Let's go, I'm going to fuck you up" or whatever. I was like, there's 2 or 3 of those, and I don't know, maybe it was just the Nazi genocide angle, but something about it made me very uncomfortable watching him standing there next to him there reenacting the things.
Yeah, he looks longingly at some hangman posts, and then there's people on them. He's like, all right. It just seemed like such a stretch for me that I can't imagine a person like this that would go back. Like, he's smart enough to flee, but dumb enough that he comes back within enough time that he could actually he was physically recognized.
In his defense, he didn't get caught. He got caught by the Twilight Zone.
That's getting caught.
He got caught by the ghosts though. He would have been
drove
fine.
Him mad. I'm like, I think I would have preferred it if they found him in the gas chamber or hanging. If the bunch of Holocaust victims strung him up and hung him, and then it's he came back, blah blah blah. He was a blah made it seem like he killed himself because of what he did, and then at least he'd get I don't know, punished in death. It just seemed like a weird episode, and kind of on the nose a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to be not that this is out of the whatever, but you're supposed to be Nazi, get him, or whatever. Yeah. And I don't know, not that I'm pro-Nazi, but without that same thing there, I'm not
No, and I'm glad he's dead, but... I know. Well, he's dead now. This was filmed in 1950.
The actor's dead. I'm glad the actor's dead.
No, I'm glad he got what he had coming to him, but it didn't feel like it was delivered in a really Twilight Zone-y way where I was like, haha, we're people.
Yeah, no, because the Twilight Zone angle is supposed to be what if I found myself on a plane that had gone back in time or something?
Yeah.
This is
I'm not going to find myself a Nazi.
A concentration camp. I kind of have a soft spot for you've been sentenced to madness, and then they're why did he go crazy? No one knows. But really this thing, and then you're is that why people go crazy? Because something happens that we don't know about? Was he just crazy? Were there ghosts?
Might have been better or something if right when he encountered the guy and he realized wait, I did kill you. He knocked him out and he woke up and he was in the concentration camp back in the day as a Jew.
I thought they were going to do that.
I think that would have been better.
When he woke up after screaming and passing out, that's what I thought was going to happen. I'm like, are his clothes different? Is he going to be the dude? He's going to be like, no, I'm not one of the filth or whatever, and then befriend one of them and have all this stuff happen and do a whole 2 hour...
It's only 20 minutes.
A whole 2 hour movie about his coming to terms with it, but then still dying, but now feeling differently about it or something.
No, he wouldn't die in that scenario. He would go to bed and he would wake up and he would be in the uniform and then he would let a guy go.
Okay.
It would be coming full circle.
He would let a guy go.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there.
Just Hitler and Stalin.
Instead of the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Stalin. Yeah. No, I don't know. I like the ghost thing too, and I like the whole reliving the thing like you've been sentenced, you're on trial thing. Clicks with me or something like that. But no, at the end of the day, I'm not yay about this.
Nah. Yeah, it was a standard episode. You know, it wasn't the worst, wasn't the best. Right down the middle of like, all right, whatever. So
And write down any
I
notes.
can't give it a super high praise, but I won't shit on it too hard because like the acting was fine.
Okay, the acting was good, I thought.
Yeah.
In like a few spots, and I'm glad that I glanced at my notes because there's at least one time he goes to like strangle him, but then it like cuts to like him grabbing the pole instead.
Yeah.
And I thought it felt a lot better than stuff from this time that tries to do that.
Well, because it didn't do the like the I Dream of Jeannie ding, and like it just not be there anymore.
It just
played
happened.
played it straight.
Yeah, and like I don't know why no one else did it like that. Because if you have to do the effect, like just cut. Why add a weird thing? But it felt like a modern way of like cutting like that instead of like an old time. You're like, well, they tried. They had to tell the audience that something happened. Like it just like.
I think that was a lot of it was like people won't understand. They'll be like, what happened? You need a
Did the guy become a pole? What
Yeah.
happened? I know exactly. So
because for a lot of people, this might have been the first time a thing like that ever existed. So like they needed like, well, how will we explain what that is?
yeah, and movies were just Charlie Chaplin before this.
No, but yeah, that was a good cut, and the acting was good.
Yeah, so where does this land though? Are we like this is not top 25
Oh god,
top
no.
whatever
No.
material. We're talking
No,
about
no,
this is a forgettable, like you don't have to watch this.
Yeah, I would pass. There's a lot better ones out there to watch. I need something more creepy that makes me think and go, what is happening? Like,
what if I had that power?
If from the moment it starts I know what's happening, I don't consider it a very good Twilight Zone episode. I like the twist. The twist is what's valuable.
I agree. It's all about the twist.
All right, guys, so let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't down a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.